Hi there, I'm Ron Hagen with Track Lab, one of the SCT dealers that are here today at SCT World Headquarters on during the PRI show in 2011. The SCT has opened a new facility that's just phenomenal. They've got a couple of chassis dynos in the back, and the main reason though we're going to talk is about the new ITSX. Is that right?
ITSX.
Okay, and we're going to talk with PK. And he is going to show us a little bit about the new way things are going to happen. We're all familiar with the handheld controller. I have sold a goodly number of them to a goodly number of customers, and we've been very, very satisfied with them. It's the old way of doing things. The new way of doing things is, PK, show me that new little Bluetooth device. Just right there. That's it. This little item right there plugs into your OBD2 and allows you to tune on your iPad or your iPhone. PK, tell me about that OBD2 connector, that Bluetooth connector you got in your hand.
This is our new
how the whole thing works.
This is our new ITSX that we've revolutionized the tuning industry by going through your iPhone, iPad, iPod. A lot of people have the devices in their vehicles. We also will be working on the Droid come first quarter of next year, so we'll be able to support both platforms on the iPod and the Droid applications. Really trick setup for the industry, with a lot of people not having to have a whole bunch of gadgets in their vehicle. They really only need their phone, and most people have a smartphone in their possession and just want to make it a lot easier to utilize and do data logging and on-screen displays, all utilizing your phone with the mounts and everything, even to the point of where they're even having clusters made that drop in on the dash, so where they can have a whole gauge set up of just the gauges using an iPad.
So we're going to be able to do that data logging on these things?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, so what happens when you plug that Bluetooth device into? Now we're using a simulator of a vehicle here in the office, and that is an OBD2 that it is plugged into, and a separate power supply so we can demonstrate what was going on here. But basically, it just plugs into your OBD2, and then what happens?
Basically what you do is you go ahead and it finds the device on there. It is paired with it. We also have analog inputs as well if they want to hook up a wideband or EGT to add extra gauges. So they can add up to 2 5-volt inputs on it for adding extra gauges as if it's not a part of the factory computer setup. We have a lot of PIDs and selections where you can choose and select what people want to monitor while they're driving down the road and record it. You can also go into our gauge program and customize gauge styles, setups. We're going to have different skins for it, so you can determine which gauge setup you want to really do that, or really trick, or certain things you can set up warning lights, that kind of thing.
Okay. All right. So if we were going to tune, what would we do?
Basically, all you would do is you'd plug in the device. It'll tell you to turn the key on, and it's going to send. Actually, I need to go over the program here. Sorry.
Okay, so we go to the App Store and we download the app for free.
Correct. Once it's paired for the setup, you're going to select the vehicle, and it's going to say Start Programming. So basically, what you're going to do, it's going to give you all your warnings set up for street use. It's going to tell you to turn the key on. We're going to simulate turning the key on, so it's going to talk to the device, talk to your PCM. So we found out that it's a 4.6 F-150, so we're going to select the tune.
Okay, go ahead and go back to the remote.SCT flash.
We can go under Options.
And it will offer your options to you.
Correct.
Okay. And it's selecting options now?
Well, yeah, it's reading your original information from the vehicle.
Oh, okay. So it's absorbing what is in there now, whether it's stock or whatever you're starting from.
Correct.
But it's just that one little That one little OBD2 device is it. That's it. That is amazing. And then you can also put it on your iPhone. I see you have an iPhone sitting there, although you wouldn't be using you wouldn't be using both the iPhone and the iPad at the same time.
Correct.
But you could use either the iPhone or the iPad.
You can go under adjust options. You can select fuel octane, towing, rear O2s, traction, wide open throttle, axle ratio, speed limiters, rev limiters, idle, shifting, tons of adjustments.
So these are the same adjustments that we had with the handhelds.
Correct.
Okay. Anything new other than what we had on the handhelds?
The new data logging with our live link, it's a lot faster, a lot more accurate, and just a lot more information that you can utilize to tune your vehicle properly.
Okay.
On top of that, it still supports all of our standard custom tuning through any of our custom tuning shops to, when the guy's ready to go beyond stock, a cold air kit, and ready to do superchargers, heads, cam, intake, turbos, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
We also have a performance calculator that you can go in. You can do your 0 to 60, do quarter mile, and also braking. The device has an accelerometer in it, independent of the iPad.
GPS?
So it does utilize some GPS on some of the speed monitoring, but we'll be adding more and more functions as it's developed further.
Okay.
So you go in and turn the key on.
Okay, so that simulated turning the key of the vehicle on.
Correct. So we can do a 0 to 60 quarter mile test or a braking test. So we're going to hit start, and it's going to go off acceleration of your vehicle. So I can't really.
We're not going to accelerate here at the desk.
Yeah.
But we could be using this on the dyno.
Absolutely. We have our standard. Stop that here. We have your standard diagnostics, trouble code, shooting. The great thing about our stuff, it actually shows you the codes what it is and what you need to fix or repair, and you can go in and clear the trouble codes.
Oh, wow. Now, typically what we do is a vehicle come in with a whole series of codes. It seems as though that any one or two will trip 3 or 4 more. And first thing we do is clear all the codes and then send the vehicle back out. And then when it comes back in with fresh code violations, so to speak, then we're closer to finding the problem. And so clearing the codes that quickly is just going to be, that's phenomenal. That's great.
Yeah, the really great thing too is everything is wireless. I mean, you could even program this thing from the other side of the building. That's how far it goes via Bluetooth. Really trick setup, like I said, all the gauge stuff. Where people really love how it's fully customizable. The other trick factor is we've been finding out more and more that parents want to limit their kids on the speed limiter, and you can actually slow the vehicles down. And we have a pretty cool commercial on our website to where the kid wants to go out and take his dad's car out, and he's daydreaming of street racing and all that, and it goes to his dad touching the 40-mile-an-hour limiter on it, and he's just like, have fun. So it's a really cool setup, and then we're even getting into a lot more safety stuff to where they want to give their kids a new Mustang, but they want to slow them down a little bit too while they're at it.
Oddly enough, we did that for a hotel in Jamaica where the hotel didn't want their town cars, the hotel town cars, and they had a fleet of 25 of them, to be speeding with the hotel guests in it, because in order to qualify as a hotel driver, you had to have wrecked your own taxi cab.
Oh, yeah.
So at any rate, we limited it to speed to 40 miles an hour. They could get to 40 miles an hour as fast as they really wanted to, but that was it. So the hotel was quite happy.
Yeah, the great thing about our setup is we have it set up to where you can go as fast as you want to go, and also we can slow it down as well to keep the parents happy.
Well, the speed control is a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go on. Tell me a little bit more about this thing. What else can I do?
Right now, it currently covers all of our Ford applications. We'll be going on to GM as well, probably in the next few months. So the applications, really trick setup. All the custom tunes are sent via through the app when it's the custom tuner sends an email with a custom tune. It goes in, the app finds it, said there's a custom tune. Would you like to load it? So you can send the files already pre-made, all that. So we try to keep it simple and easy. That we have a lot of customers that do remote tuning, so we can support that without the customer not even being there. They can email the data logs, and the custom tuners can make the tunes, because not necessarily everybody's in an area where there's a dyno that's close. So
Right.
they can send the data logs, they can make the adjustments and send them out to the customer via email.
Well, and the other thing from a dealer standpoint is that I only have to stock, what, one part number?
Correct. Well, generally,
GM and Ford?
yeah, one for GM, one for Ford. We like to keep it the families between, because intermixing between a lot of devices that have one SKU, sometimes you can have issues when you're adding new devices of separate
okay.
operating system. So generally, we keep it an all Ford and an all GM to keep everything clean between the operating systems.
Okay. All right, show me some more of the data logging.
Well, you'll have to wait for the shipping label to come to your email.
Well, the difficult, I got to go to the demo mode here. So your data logging, we've got engine load, temp, engine RPM, fuel pressure. You can structure these, move them around, and select what you want to do. You can do boost, EGT, air fuel. So you can fully customize them in different styles and how you want to view them.
And then we're reading this directly from the LBD2 as opposed to having a half a dozen wires under the hood.
Correct.
That's what I'm worried about, the shipping label.
This is running through the whole programming process through our demo mode. You can go under, this is the 2011 50 Mustang, adjust options. You can do speed limiter. You can raise it, you can lower it, you can select 60 miles an hour. You can set the speed limiter. You can do gear ratio all the way up to 456 gears.
So if you change tires, you change rear end, you can,
You can turn your traction
the
control.
customer can do this.
Absolutely. Fuel octane, you got your 87, 91, 93 octane.
Yeah.
So you can approve the options once you're complete.
Now, there used to be 3 pre-programs for the handhelds. One was performance, one was for towing, and one was for economy, or something to that effect. Are we set up for pretty much the same thing now?
Absolutely. The only thing we've added is more custom tuning capability. We can hold up to 5 custom tunes.
5 custom tunes, okay. But as far as the pre-programs are concerned, if I wanted performance, is there something I would do to press the button for performance?
Yeah, you just select the performance tune. Generally, that's your 93 octane tune.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. And if I wanted economy, then I'd check the tune that would be involved with.
All of our tunes, they all cause the engine to run more efficient and do pick up fuel economy. It's just the lesser octanes is obviously, it goes down by 10%. The 93 octane tune is where it picks up the most fuel economy. Generally on a gas vehicle, it's between 1 and 2 miles per gallon. It's all relative to your right foot. But if you're truly measuring it, you should pick up between 1 and 2 miles a gallon on a fuel vehicle,
Okay.
on a gas vehicle.
All right. What else is good about it? We've covered data logging, we've covered diagnostics, and we've covered tune.
What else is good about it is just for the fact of not having to have multiple devices. Everything can be utilized through your phone, so you're cutting down on the amount of things you have to have and worry about losing. The dongle plugs right in underneath your OBD2 port. You pretty much can forget about it. It's not really affecting anything. Very simple to use, and just the expansion capabilities of it, that it's just going to get pretty crazy as to the options we're going to be able to utilize.
Now, the dongle, once we have done whatever it is we're going to do to the vehicle at that particular point, you can pull the dongle and throw it in the glove compartment?
Correct, absolutely.
You don't have to run with it?
No, the only time you really need to do that is when you want to see all your gauges and all your monitoring.
Oh, okay. And again, we can use it on an iPhone or an iPad?
Or an iPod.
iPhone or an iPad?
Or an iPod.
Or an iPod?
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be kind of hard to tune on an iPod, wouldn't it?
No, actually, the devices are pretty large for the.
Are they?
Yeah.
The iPods we've got are relatively thin and small and.
Correct. Yeah. No, the bigger ones, You know, they're pretty much like an iPhone that
Oh.
just doesn't have the phone portion of it. And then, like I said, we're working on the Droid version as well, so we'll have the whole other side for the people that don't have the apps.
Okay, real good. And what does this sell for retail?
Retails for $479.
$479. Okay, is there any guarantee on this?
We have a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 1-year warranty.
1-year warranty. All right, real good. Well, thank you very much for this information. I think that TrackLab is going to be able to do quite a job with putting this thing out. You know, this is the future. This is where it's going. We've been involved with modifying vehicles for quite some time, and this is the slickest thing I've seen yet. And I really think this is where it's going. We have ordered ours. We will have ours in stock before long, and of course, you're more than welcome to call me at 314-631-7575, which will be up on the screen. Email me, Ron Hagen at tracklab.biz, or you can call. You can go online to sctflash.com. Or call in direct to 866-637-1672, and you will get answers that you won't believe. You get any answer you want.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, well, thank you very much, PK.
Thank you so much.
Cut, cut, cut.
Is that all right?